Lest we forget, right, the minute that Trump came into power, at the beginning of this year, it's not even been a full year since the man has been in power and he's already been wreaking havoc. People were already making comparisons to the things that he was doing and the things that Mr. Mustache German men were doing in the 1930s and making comparisons to that fascist regime.
We have some news right now. There's growing concerns about holding the World Cup in the United States in 2026 and the Olympics in 2028, given the immigration policy of this administration.
All right, so there is a growing concern over the United States hosting the 2028 Olympics and also the World Cup in 2026.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is one that's sparking global concern. The 2026 FIFA World Cup, meant to bring nations together through football, is now being overshadowed by fear. Fear of ICE raids, MAGA extremism, and Trump's immigration crackdown. Fans around the world are voicing worries that visiting the U.S. could put them at risk. With ICE empowered and MAGA groups fired up, there are serious concerns about harassment, racial profiling, and even wrongful detentions at stadiums and in the streets. From Africa to Europe, fans who once dreamed of cheering for their country on U.S. soil are now hesitant. And Americans? They're speaking out, calling on FIFA to act quickly before politics ruins the world's biggest sporting event. Let's get into the heart of the issue. And as always, big shout out to all the creators, researchers, and reporters who helped put this story together.
We have some news right now. There's growing concerns about holding the World Cup in the United States in 2026 and the Olympics in 2028, given the immigration policy of this administration. Just in the past month, a Cuban team was denied going to a volleyball championship in Puerto Rico. They were denied their visa by this administration. Then we learned that a Venezuelan Little League team was denied entry into the United States for the Little League World Championships in South Carolina. We've heard stories that ICE was potentially trying to be at FIFA Club World Cup games in Miami, Florida during the recent Club World Cup Championship. And it all adds up to the point where many people now are saying the World Cup and the Olympics could have serious issues if ICE tries to get involved, or if people aren't allowed in the country, or if athletes aren't allowed in the United States of America to compete here. In any event, I'll provide you more updates as we get more information, because this is less than 2 years away. In any event, we'll see what happens, spread the word, and follow along for all the news you need to know about. I'll provide you updates every step of the way.
We have some breaking news. ICE posted a warning to non-citizens attending the Club World Cup in Miami, then suddenly took it down. The original message told non-citizens to carry proof of their legal status into the stadium and hinted that federal agents would be there enforcing security. But immigrant advocates and local officials immediately pushed back, saying the message wasn't about safety, it was about fear. And here's the real story. People who are legally in the U.S. on student visas, work permits, or even green cards have been detained and deported after failing to prove their status on the spot. Some were in the process of becoming American citizens, some were targeted because of clerical errors or database issues. And some were U.S. citizens all along. So when ICE tells non-citizens to bring their papers to a sporting event, what they are really saying is be ready to defend yourself. But when the backlash hit, ICE pulled the notice, because if legal immigrants stay at home out of fear, ICE can't make arrests. And if tourists stay away, Miami loses money. And the U.S. loses face ahead of the 2026 World Cup. This wasn't just a mistake, it was a tactical retreat. They knew the notice backfired, and then they took it down to save the event, not to protect the immigrants. Follow me on Instagram, Substack, and TikTok for breaking news, all events, and all updates.
Hello. Hope everybody had a good Sunday. I did. Kind of spent most of the day with the family. But I'm bringing you guys some news now. All right. So there is a growing concern over the United States hosting the 2028 Olympics and also the World Cup in 2026 due to Donald Trump's administration and Donald Trump immigration policies. Now, it was reported that there was a Cuban team that was supposed to go to Puerto Rico for a volleyball tournament, and they were denied entry. Now, most recently, there's a Little League Venezuelan team that has not gotten their visa to come compete here in the United States. They are being denied to come here. So these are some of the concerns that people are having. If America is going to host the Olympics, you got to let everybody come and compete. And same with the World Cup, and really should be the Little League also. This is a sporting event that brings money to America. So, Little League, Venezuelan teams not allowed. And like I said before, there was a Cuban volleyball team that was denied entry going to Puerto Rico for a volleyball tournament. So concern is real. All right, folks, have a good one.
The 2026 World Cup will be hosted across the U.S., Mexico, and Canada. But only one country is raising alarm: the U.S. Trump's return to power has reinvigorated his hardline immigration agenda, and fans are worried that ICE and MAGA extremists could turn the tournament into a nightmare. Already there's chatter online of MAGA supporters organizing patriotic patrols around stadiums, and ICE has confirmed it will enforce laws as usual, even during the World Cup. For many, that translates to potential profiling, detentions, and fear. Fans from Muslim, African, and Latin American countries are especially concerned. "I'm not risking my safety for football," one fan from Senegal posted. Another from Colombia said he canceled his trip entirely. Civil rights groups warn that if nothing changes, the World Cup could become a global embarrassment for the U.S. They're urging FIFA to issue safety guarantees, restrict ICE activity near matches, and pressure the U.S. government to protect foreign fans. So far, FIFA's response has been vague, promoting hospitality but making no firm commitments. Americans are stepping up, protesting by speaking their minds without fear.
Do not come to the World Cup. People of the world, do not fucking come here. Our government is saying it's safe for you if you bring proper identification, but they're not checking. They're not giving people due process, and no soccer game is worth your life. Do not come to the United States right now. People are scared to leave their houses, and we're the citizens of this country. So please, please, please do not come. Do not stroke our government's ego. He does not need that. And you don't need to risk it. You don't need to risk it. Do not come here. It's not a safe place right now. These raids are going on in every single city. People are being kidnapped by masked men who will not identify themselves randomly off the streets. They are not given due process, and they are not heard of or seen of again. You do not want to come here. If you have an accent that does not sound like mine, if you have a skin color that does not look like mine, you're not safe in the United States right now. And even I don't feel very safe in the United States right now. Do not come.
So many insane things have been commented on this video since I posted it. I did not expect it to go as viral as it did, but here we are. But this is genuinely scarily accurate. Lest we forget, right, the minute that Trump came into power, at the beginning of this year, it's not even been a full year since the man has been in power, and he's already been wreaking havoc. People were already making comparisons to the things that he was doing and the things that Mr. Mustache German men were doing in the 1930s, and making comparisons to that fascist regime. Blatant xenophobia being codified into law, crazy. The distinct ways of being anti-migrant on a country, America, that was founded on migration and the destruction of indigenous peoples is genuinely insane. And yes, comparisons have been made to the Qatar World Cup and how they violated so many fucking human rights in the lead up to the World Cup. And no one's saying that was good either. But this is not any better. And yes, it's not only just the US hosting it, Canada and Mexico are hosting it. But there are only 2 stadiums in Canada that have been registered for the World Cup and 3 in Mexico. If they wanted to, they could split the entire tournament between Canada and Mexico. There are more than enough stadiums. More than enough. But they just wanted to do it in the US because the US has more money and whatever, cash grab, whatever. But primarily hosting the majority, and also a lot of people have highlighted, the biggest games are going to be in the US. Someone even said France isn't playing in Mexico. Real, they're not. Teams like Brazil, Argentina, like the biggest teams in the world, they're going to play in Miami, they're going to play in Atlanta, they're going to play in Seattle, LA, wherever the fuck they're going to play. So to say that you are hosting the majority or some of the biggest games in a country that is so distinctly anti-migrant, so distinctly anti-tourist, so heavily xenophobic, and is specifically targeting people of color, several of the countries literally are banned from entering the US. Like, how can you not draw that comparison to 1936? The people who are suggesting boycotts, that is a great idea if America wasn't so driven by money. Because even if half the supporters who wanted to go to the World Cup are boycotting, there are generally 100 of the people who will fill your place. And they can afford to keep paying these extortionate fees and have the good lawyers for immigration. Whereas the common man, again, football is an every man sport, it's not attainable for them. They can't attend this because they're afraid, or it's not financially viable. Like, so many things just don't work out in the favor of the spectator, or the players, or the journalists, or the support staff in still hosting it in the US. And everyone's saying, oh, it's a year. A lot can be done in a year, guys. A lot can be done in a year. Multiple stadiums in Mexico and in Canada could be prepared in time for this tournament a year from now. It's just FIFA has to decide what they want to do and if they're going to do it in a timely manner. I don't trust the FIFA organisation as far as I can bloody throw them in terms of them doing the right thing and actually abiding by human rights and their own code of conduct to be non-discriminatory. But one can hope and dream, because I love football and the majority of the world loves football and we want this to be an excellent tournament. But it's hard to believe that it will be, knowing what's happening in the world and happening in the place it's supposed to be hosted.
You've got to be kidding me with this. So now ICE is going to be posted up at World Cup events, checking people's papers. Are we serious right now? This is what we've become. Like, we're not even pretending it's about the bad guys anymore. It used to be, oh, we're just going after the criminals, the traffickers, the murderers. Now it's, if you're undocumented, period, get out. Doesn't matter who you are, why you're here, or what you're doing. We are so fucking obsessed with immigrants and legal status in this country that we're literally putting immigrant agents at a global sporting event, one that is designed to bring people from every corner of the world together. It's embarrassing, like truly globally humiliating. Do we not realize how dumb this looks? Like, the world is laughing at us. We're over here throwing a party and posting armed agents at the door like it's a prison riot. Papers, please. At a fucking soccer match, it's pathetic. Our ego as a country is so inflated that we can't even see that this obsession with control and border is rotting us from the inside, guys. We're not projecting strength. We're just showing how deeply insecure and xenophobic we all are. You don't need to militarize a stadium to keep people safe. You're doing it because you want people to feel scared, and honestly, that says everything.
This World Cup is more than a game. It's a reflection of the world we want. Right now, people are asking, will the U.S. offer safety and celebration, or fear and division? The warning signs are loud. Trump's immigration machine, combined with MAGA-fueled hostility, could make this tournament unsafe for thousands of international fans. That's not speculation. It's based on years of policies that target immigrants and anyone who doesn't look American. If FIFA wants to avoid disaster, it must do more than smile for the cameras. It must ensure fans can enjoy the tournament without fear of being interrogated or harassed. To our viewers abroad, stay alert. To Americans, raise your voice. And to FIFA, the clock is ticking. If you agree this needs more attention, like this video, drop a comment, and share it far and wide. Should FIFA move some matches out of the US if safety isn't guaranteed? We want to hear from you. Thank you again to our creators, contributors, and fans. Until next time, stay informed, stay loud, and keep the spirit of the game alive.